Hello everybody and welcome to Holy Name of Jesus Cathedral. I'm here in our cathedral offices. I'm Msgr Brockman, serving as pastor, and I'm joined today by Mr. George Morgan, who's one of our cathedral parishioners, and we're here sharing a conversation in celebration and also observance and memory of this month of February where we celebrate throughout the United States Black History Month. We have a very extensive history, which we're blessed with a great legacy of faith for a parish that was formerly part of our parish. It was absorbed into it a number of years ago, St. Monica's. It was just located a few blocks to the east here of Sacred Heart downtown, but a wonderful parish with a wonderful history. And so I'm here with George, talking about some of the remembrances of St. Monica's and what that means to us today as Catholics and also as people of faith. So George, thanks so much for coming in today and for this great conversations that we've had over the years in many different ways. And so we're just talking about some of that in how you grew up at St. Monica's and even how some of the lessons that you learned there when you were a young man, even having been baptized there as a baby, even speak to today. So tell us a little bit of what might be helpful for us to hear today.
Okay, I'd like to start with my baptismal certificate, certificate from St. Monica's. I was baptized as a cradle Catholic by Father Dillon. And then I was, my first communion was by Father Tierney, and then in 1957, my confirmation was by Vincent S. Waters, Bishop Waters.
Wow. How about that?
That's a document.
Incredible. That's beautiful.
One of the things that, as we have been talking, that really formed me in my relationship with Catholicism was that I was actually recruited to serve for masses at the convent. Now, it was a big honor for me that to this day I asked my brother, I said, why did they ask you to serve? And then I asked another classmate, and he said, well, I was serving at the church. So in doing that and getting up at 5:30 in the morning and going over there to the convent and serving for the priests and the sisters, and then continue to go to school that day, that was really an achievement for me. One of my parishioners in my Bible study group told me that they were recruiting me for the priesthood when I was doing that. I told them I did not understand that, but anyway. But one of the things that those nuns incorporated in our learning was that we were able to achieve and confront anything in society. And yes, they did talk about racism to a point, but they didn't ever dwell on racism. So I'm taking a page out of Bishop Sherry's homily during Martin Luther King Sunday.
Yeah, just this last month.
Right.
Yeah.
That we developed a technique of changing lanes and being able to maneuver around whatever would be in our past. Later on in life, I found out that in order to achieve success, and this came from Booker T. Washington, that you had to have obstacles in your way, and then you get over those obstacles, and that's how you measure success. And those are some of the things that those nuns put into our well-being while we were at St. Monica's.
That's a great lesson, George, and all of us have to learn how to do that. And certainly in that era when you grew up, there were a lot of things to get around. And anyway, but a great legacy of faith for sure that those sisters helped to instill in all the students there at St. Monica's. And I know so many of the parishioners as well that live on today, and they live in you and all the people that you have helped to form in the faith too throughout the years in your service to the church. I can't thank you enough for just taking a little bit of time here with us today in this beautiful month of February. And we look forward to having a more protracted conversation as we talk a little bit more and get the history of St. Monica's more articulated for the history of our parish here, so that its legacy will continue to live on. So as we come to a close here with this segment today, many blessings to each and every one of you, especially as together we celebrate this great legacy of our Catholic faith and how the Church continues to call us to serve, especially in many different ways. May the Lord continue to watch over you and bless you, always in the Lord's holy name.